What's going on, good people? Hopefully you're in good spirits because this one might be a little heavy for you today. This is about a 78-year-old woman living in her car in Florida. Let's check this out, man.
New here at 10 o'clock, a startling number of South Florida senior citizens are experiencing homelessness.
One woman was brave enough to share her story in hopes of helping others find their voice.
Homelessness is no joke, let alone for it to be affecting seniors.
Carolyn's clothes hang neatly in the back seat of her car.
That's
I'm a neat freak.
Car. I'm
And
thinking
are
he was gonna have like
organized in
one
the
of those
trunk.
traveling vans.
This is my dry cleaning my silks, which I can't afford right now.
Though.
Dry cleaning is
See,
the
she
least
still got
of
that
her
Louis
concerns
bag. She
for
not
this
letting that go.
78-year-old. She's been living in her
Yeah.
car for nearly 2 months because she
There's
can't
nothing wrong with
afford a place to live.
I look at it as a journey. I've had many journeys in my life.
Money is tight
She sounds
because
so
her only
hopeful.
income is Social Security. She's sold many of her possessions over the last few years, but she still doesn't have enough money. We spoke with her here in a
I
well-lit
can only
parking
imagine that
lot
Social
in North
Security isn't
Broward,
gonna cover
where she spends
everything.
time doing word puzzles
Where it has the
Word
large
puzzles?
letters for people like me.
and sleeping sitting up.
Since I've been here, I sleep here in this seat, squinched down. My ankles and legs are swollen from having to sit all the time. I buy jug water, it's cheaper. And I eat one meal a day for $2.02, and then I get a free senior drink.
It looks
She
like
gets free
she's at
gym
McDonald's.
memberships as part of her Medicare plan.
I do go shower and do my makeup, my hair.
Very brave. Very brave.
Cassandra Rett, the Housing and Social
Dang,
Services
bro.
Manager for the city of
This
Pompano
is-
Beach,
that's
is
real,
trying to
bro.
find Carolyn a place
That's
to
like
live.
your
She was
grandma
my godsend.
being homeless.
Be my aunt.
Yeah.
Could be my mother. And it just breaks my heart just how humble Carolyn is.
Cassandra
She
says
is
she is
very
seeing
humble
more
about
and
it all.
more seniors in need. Support services for them are at capacity.
As you know, the rent is skyrocketed.
Capacity.
That's the main factor of why these seniors are on the street, is because they cannot afford the rent.
Ron Book, chairman of Miami-Dade Homeless Trust, says homeless seniors
I
are
don't know who lives in
incredibly
Florida, but-
vulnerable.
We know
know
if
Florida's
you
not
put
cheap.
vulnerable elderly on the street, they're going to die earlier.
Take a look at this trend. In 2019, people ages 65 and older made up nearly 8% of the homeless population in Miami-Dade County.
Okay.
By 2024, that number almost doubled to 14% and is
about this
projected
year?
to reach
Golly.
22% by 2030.
The face of homelessness has changed. And I want people in our community to think about their mothers and their grandmothers and their grandfathers being homeless for the first time.
It can happen to anyone. Don't think it can't. Because I never thought about it.
Carolyn has not lost her sense of humor despite living in her
That's
22-year-old
good.
car.
That's good.
That's my baby. She's falling apart like me.
She hopes speaking out about something so personal might help others.
Other people may need somebody to be their spokesperson. This is the only thing I ever felt ashamed of in my life.
This is tough.
And I truly felt ashamed.
This is it's heartbreaking.
But
Can't even lie.
this is the right thing to do.
Just in the last few days, Carolyn's situation has changed. With the recent heavy rain, her car started to leak. Cassandra says the city put her up in this hotel for now, but she's working to get Carolyn a permanent place to live. Heather Walker, 7 News.
To do better by our elders, for sure.
Quite the story.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Now, I mean, I just to take a minute and really think about what we just watched. 78 years old. And she said this is her first time being homeless. Like, she's never gone through this ever in her life. And now at 78 years old, she is struggling in a way that a lot of people wouldn't be able to handle. Now, I've been homeless a few times when I was younger, stayed in shelters. I even remember sleeping in the hallways of shelters, which is crazy because I was really young. I also was homeless as a teenager for a little while. and I was homeless as an adult for a little while. It's not good. It's not a good feeling, and it's not. It's so not. And then to see this, and she's so sweet. You just see that smile on her face, and she keeps her stuff nice and neat and pristine, and it's just like, dude, like, I'm thinking like my mud dear, that could be my mud dear. I mean, I would give up everything I have, and I would literally move next to her and do everything I can to make sure that doesn't happen. But what? Now, this is South Florida, and what they're saying is the population levels, the homeless population levels have risen in Florida, especially over the last couple of years. The makeup of the population is only 24% are families, 28% are individuals over the age of 55, 15% are children and youth under 18, and only 20% are considered chronically homeless. Now, I kind of want to know what chronically homeless means, because chronically homeless to me sounds like you're not coming back from that. But that doesn't mean that's the case. So a chronically homeless individual is defined as someone who has experienced homelessness for a year or longer, or has had at least 4 episodes of homelessness in the last 3 years. Okay. So that's just someone who is long-term homeless, and the longer it goes on, it just doesn't get any better. It doesn't seem like it will. Now, I've never been to Florida, and every time I think of Florida, I think of that's where the older people go to retire. That was what I grew up thinking. Like, Florida is where you go once you've worked hard and you've done everything you can, and now it's time to go sit back, relax, and put your feet in the water. You go to Florida. But now they're saying that the overwhelming part of the homeless population is being made up by those seniors. Where are the families? That's my first question. Where are the families? And if they have any, maybe they don't have kids. Maybe they never had kids. Maybe their kids are so far removed that they have no clue, bro. I don't know. That was a tough one, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's crappy. Homelessness is. It's one of those situations where you help where you can. You do what you can. You know, it's not a one solution fits all type thing. Like, I don't even know where to start with it. I help out when I can. I always have. I'd rather provide things than just give money to a charity or give money to someone. I'd rather get what they need and give them what they need if they say they need it. 'Cause I've been there. And sometimes that being left to your own devices will just keep you in that crazy circle, bro. Yeah. This is one of those the more you know type segments, you know, just I thought that was interesting. And I thought it was interesting to watch it with you guys. Like, I saw the title and I said, okay, that's interesting. And sure enough, but the thing about her, the one thing that sticks out to me is that she was humble, really, about it all. Like, just, she's still smiling. And I can only believe it's because she knows as long as she has another day, it can always get better. And at that age, at 78, she's had a lot of days. So as long as those days keep rolling in, she's going to find a reason to be happy. And, yeah, I strive to be like that. Hopefully this resonated with you guys. Hopefully this sat well with you guys. And in the description, there should be a link to try and, if you know anybody suffering from homelessness, just it's the way to help, you know? Yeah. hopefully this didn't bum you out too bad, guys. So now it's time to do what we do best and say our fare thee wells and whatnot. You know what the buttons are. You know what they do. And, yeah, spread some love. Help out where you can and help out who you can. And start to have a better day.